Today we're going to be talking about how to make $100 per day online, or more importantly, my journey on how I plan to make $100 per day online. Now listen, if you follow my channel for a while, then some of this content is going to be review, but I'm going to cover it because I want to make this into a full playlist. I'm going to track this journey because I believe I'm going to be able to do this relatively quickly. I'm going to say 1 year. I'll give myself a year in all of my projections. I believe I'm going to be able to do it significantly faster than that, and I'll explain why as I go into this. Now, what I'm going to be doing is definitely, you're talking about $100 per day in passive income online, so you're talking about an extra $3,000 a month roughly. This is going to be a high-risk strategy, but I've been weighing the pros and cons. I've been doing many of you who follow my channel know I like to do some simple calculations, and I've been breaking these calculations down, and I believe that this is going to be possible. And I've gotten very excited about it because I've been crunching some more numbers, and because of where we're at in the crypto space, and I think it's possible that we could see a bull market in the cryptocurrency space over the next 1 to 2 years. It makes it that much more exciting. By the way, I told you this is high risk, so a couple things up front. I'm not your financial advisor. This is just my journey. I don't necessarily recommend that you do this. If you click on any links in the description, they are affiliate links. You'll be supporting this channel. Anything that I talk about, should you attempt to duplicate it, you do so at your own risk. Make sure you're abiding by any laws or regulations, etc. Now, if you want to earn cryptocurrency and you want to be able to earn some passive cryptocurrency without being as risky, then I recommend that you go down in the description, check out our Crypto Passive Profits newsletter. You can subscribe to that for free down in the description. All right, so let's get started. What I'm going to be using is the Betfury platform. So the Betfury platform, just a quick overview on what it is and how it works. Betfury platform is a gaming platform. They offer all sorts of typical games that you would see on any other gaming platform that exists on the internet. There are probably hundreds of these. Many of them traditional dollar-based, many of them also cryptocurrency-based. What makes this particular one unique in the crypto space, if you're not familiar with cryptocurrency and how it works, in the crypto space, there are a few gaming sites that allow you to basically earn a token. The token is nothing more than a simple cryptocurrency token. Sometimes it's more decentralized, sometimes it's centralized, but all that aside, it's a token that allows you to earn a share of the profits or a dividend from the daily volume generated on the site. So many people are familiar with gaming websites. The way that they can work is you can earn cash back for your own play on the website. The gaming token is you're earning basically a small percentage for every token of all of the volume created on the websites. So the way that Betfury works, I just got paid out, by the way. I got 82,000. This is called Satoshi. So this is a fraction of a Bitcoin. We'll look at how much that is in a moment. But I just got 82,000 Satoshi, and this is about what I'm getting every single day. So far, there's 115 Bitcoin in their dividend pool. This particular website, Betfury, they pay out 3% per day. Now, my goal is to get these earnings up to $100 roughly per day. I'll cover all the risk and all that sort of thing, and I'm going to explain exactly how I plan to do this. But just to show you currently, let's figure out how many 82,484 Satoshi, how much is this right now at this very moment? 82,484. So we'll come over here to Coin Paprika. We're at Bitcoin, 82,484. So at this very moment, that's $11.22. So I'm already earning over $10 per day right now based on current Bitcoin prices. If Bitcoin goes up, obviously that would be a little more. If Bitcoin goes down to say $10,000, that would be like $8.24. So with that being said, the question is, how do we grow this? How does this work? So on Betfury, you have to mine the token. Betfury, this is not designed for investors. I'm really kind of gaming the system here a little bit, or rigging the system, or that might be the wrong word. That makes it sound like I'm abusing something. I'm basically using it a little bit differently than it is intended by design. The gaming token, the cryptocurrency, or the BFG token as they call it, the BFG token is designed sort of as a player reward. So as you play on the website, you earn these tokens through playing. For every, at the very moment of this video, 7,700 Satoshi, which is like probably $1. For every 7,700 Satoshi wagered, not lost, but wagered, you end up getting one BFG token. And we'll just, for this video, we'll say BFG token. Okay. So keep that in mind. So here's what it looks like. For every 7,700, so roughly $1, every $5 wagered on the website gets you one token. Wagered, again, not, you don't pay $1 a token. So keep that in mind. The house edge on the website is roughly 2% with the strategy that I teach specifically. I call it the mogul mining method. I'll put that video above. I call it the mogul mining method. You can watch that video to understand more about how my strategy works. And I break it all down in that video. Again, mogul mining method. So using that method, which is the method I'll be using, is the most cost-effective way I know of to get these tokens. With that method, the whole idea is we're able to get tokens for as cheap as possible, mining them on the website, not gaming. The whole focus is to get tokens as cheap as possible and then hold those tokens to be able to get the daily payout, the daily earnings that occurs every evening. And so right now I'm getting $11 and some change based on the current price of Bitcoin. So how do I grow this to the point that it's like 800? Right now it's about 82. How do I get it to us about 800 Satoshi or more? That would get me in the range of $100 per day. And that's what my plan is with this strategy. Now, just so you know, $1,000, if you use $1,000 in mining, meaning you use a mogul mining method, it's going to end up getting you roughly around 50,000, just using round numbers. $1,000 US right now, using this method, will get you roughly around 50,000 BFG tokens. If you're new to crypto, a lot of people are like, well, how do you get the $1,000 onto the website? So what you have to do is you have to go to a website like Coinbase, or in this case, my preference is crypto.com. I have a whole video on crypto.com. I'll put a link down in the description. But crypto.com is an app that I use. I have the debit card, the whole 9 yards. You can look on my channel. I have a lot of content about crypto.com. But I use their app to buy Bitcoin. And I simply send the money from my bank account to this app. And I have a whole tutorial. I'll link it above. You can watch it. At that point, I'll then be able to buy Bitcoin on the app. And you can send Bitcoin, at that point, wherever you want. You can send it over to Betfury. You can send it wherever. And then you would use that Bitcoin to mine the token. So I'll say $1,000, but understand it's $1,000 worth of Bitcoin that you use to mine the token. Understanding that, to get to, if right now we're at roughly, with 106,000 tokens, we're at roughly $11. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's we're on track. Tomorrow this will go up. Remember, it's 3%. So today we got 82. So it probably end up, it's going to be, they're at 112. They were at 115. 3% got paid out. And so it will get paid. It'll be more than this. But roughly $10 a day, 80,000 Satoshi at 106,000 tokens. Okay, so keep that in mind. 106,000 tokens. So $1,000 would get me roughly 50,000 tokens. So clearly 2,000 would get me 100,000. I'm going to need about 1 million tokens to get me to somewhere in this neighborhood of $100 a day. Right now, on current player volume, and I'll break that down for you a little bit later, on current player volume, current price of Bitcoin, which is where the risk lies. We don't know if Bitcoin's going to be, price is going to be stable. It has gone up over the past several months since I've been watching this website, since I've been messing with this. My single biggest regret is I did not do this quicker, faster. But listen, none of us have a crystal ball. You never really know what investments are going to be profitable. Ooh, somebody won a little bit. Look, it went down to 111. So anyway, to get to 1 million tokens, it would take me roughly $20,000, and I would be earning $100 a day. So I'm not going to spend $20,000. Why? Because I'm going to use this, and I'm going to compound daily. So I've been doing some calculations just to give you an idea right now. So I've been doing some calculations right now. So I have 106,000 BFG tokens at this very moment. I need to get to roughly 1 million. That's what I know. I need to get to roughly 1 million. Holy crap. You can tell we're in an election cycle. So I need to get to 1 million tokens. Right now, keep in mind, about $2,000 worth of tokens on the website is getting me $11. So you can do some just crude, simple math. So in case you don't know how to do this, $10 divided by $2,000. $2,000 worth of tokens, I'm getting about $10 a day. Move the decimal place 2 places. Roughly 0.5% a day is where I'm at right now. And of course, that's going to go up and down. I've done this calculation before. I've done the full exact calculation before. It come up to 0.42. 0.4. I've also done it came up to 0.52. So somewhere around 0.5% a day is a reasonable expectation. In my experience, again, this is my experience. You can do your own math if you're going to do this and figure it out for yourself. But just keep in mind, if you do this, it's very risky. And I'll explain the risk more in details in a moment. But right now, 106,000 tokens. I'm going to do it for 1 year, 100% reinvest, including the weekends, obviously. Currently, no additional monthly payments. I'll put this link down in my description at the very bottom of my description so you can see it. But right now, no additional monthly deposits. But I've done the math on all this just to figure out what it would be. Start date would be today. Oh, daily interest 0.5%. Calculate. So 106,000 right now would get me to 650,000 tokens. That is short of my goal. So I've got to do something more. I've got to bring something in. My goal is to get to at least 1 million tokens. I know it says dollars, but keep in mind we're just using that calculator. This is a financial calculator, so it says dollars. So what I'm looking to do is if I bring in another $2,000 worth minimum, and I may do more. Well, let's do something different. Let's not do that, because I was thinking about just dollar cost averaging in, bringing in $500 worth of tokens. $500 worth of tokens is 25,000 tokens using the mogul mining method. And if I brought in 25,000, that's not dollars, $500 worth of tokens each month using the mogul mining method, that would get me to my goal of 1.4 million. 1.4 million. Now that's adding $500 worth of tokens every single month, an additional contribution every single month. Here's what's crazy. If you think about that, that's going to be like $5,500 additional added. But if I just go ahead, check this out. So this is 1.4 million. Let's go back to zero. If I just scrape together another $2,000 worth, and let's just say that I end up getting 206,000 tokens, 0.5% daily interest. And by the way, this daily interest could end up going up or down depending on what the price of Bitcoin does, what goes on the website, the players on the website, or customers, whatever. It could totally change. But let's just do some math here. Calculate. No, this is with, look, 1.2 million. Compound interest is incredible. If I go ahead and get that $2,000 working for me now, I actually hit the goal. I actually hit the goal a little faster than 1 year, because obviously 1.2. I actually hit the goal a little bit faster than 1 year, and that's making no further monthly contributions. Now, should I make further monthly contributions? This is where I'm like, man, I should have done this sooner. This is what today I was looking at this and I was like, okay, I'm at 106 now. Like, I mean, I know for sure I can get another $1,000 worth pretty easily. I can get my hand on another $1,000 and bring it in. But I could do another 3 to 5, 10 if I really wanted to squeak it out, and these numbers would get crazy. Part of the idea of not going in too heavy up front is because you get to compound. The thing you have to weigh against is, yes, but the sooner that I'm starting to withdraw, because I have a plan once I get to $100 a day. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But once I start withdrawing, then I'm essentially lowering my risk every day because I'm taking out profits every single day. So it's a double-edged sword. Compounding, you're basically decreasing your cost of going in as well, because you're earning faster and faster and faster. So when you start withdrawing, you're going to withdraw your original principal faster, your original investment faster. It just takes a little bit longer to start the withdrawal process. I hope this is making sense for you. So here's the thing, and let me know down in the comments if this isn't clear for you. And by the way, I'm not telling you to do this. I'm telling you that I'm doing this, but I want to make certain that this is at least good content. It's enjoyable for you to watch. So if there's something you have questions about, please ask down in the comments. So if I was to, let's just say that I scraped together another $2,000, and let's just say that I did $500 a month in monthly contributions. 2,600, 0.5%. That's not right. That would change. Hang on, for some reason it's not picking that up, is it? Let's try this. Let's try it again. All right. 206.5%. 1 year. 100% reinvest. Yep. $500 a month. Calculate. Oh, because it's $2,500 worth of tokens. $25,000 worth of tokens. There we go. That would get me to $2 million. That would be $200 a day roughly on current player volume, current price of Bitcoin, etc. That's kind of nuts, actually. That's really nuts. I was just going for, don't make me start thinking I'm going for $200 a day. This is supposed to be a $100 a day journey. All right, let's keep it at $100 a day right now. But here's the thing. That would get me, I'd probably get that goal in about 7 or 8 months. So it's worth paying attention to. I'm going to track this. I'm going to give myself an entire year. And I'm willing to do monthly contributions. I don't know if I'm going to set to a solid number. I know the more I come in, the better. And depending on how some of my other cryptocurrency projects do, I may come in with larger amounts. If you want to find out more about my other cryptocurrency projects and what I'm doing, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell notification icon, because I'm one of those YouTubers. Like, I actually show you and tell you what I'm doing. And not so much for you to be able to figure out what to do, because I've lost a lot of money in crypto. It's not that I'm trying to be some sort of experts and telling you what you should do, but at the very least, it's a point of reference for you to start doing your own research. So I'm probably going to bring in this month another $2,000. For sure, I'm going to bring that in. And if I compound without no monthly contributions, that should give me to 1.2. And I'm going to add some each month, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to compound daily. Like, I'm not going to pull anything out of this. Now, let's talk about some of the risks, because there are risks. Risks such as, well, what if the price of Bitcoin drops? That's actually probably the biggest risk. And so be it if that happens. I mean, it's a risk I take. I'm willing to take that risk. At the end of the day, my hope is I end up with a long-term cryptocurrency income stream. That is my hope long-term. What are the some more risk? Well, the big risk is dilution. If you come over to staking, the big risk is getting diluted. So there's only going to be 5 billion tokens mined. There are coming close to 2 billion mined right now. Now, some people have said there's only 202.5 billion that are mineable, and the rest are going to be whatever they're used for the development team, etc., for whatever purposes. That's fine. At the end of the day, you could get diluted up to 5 billion tokens. That doesn't bother me so much. I mean, the reality is my goal is to get to $100 a day. It's really just a good goal to have. It's just a target to shoot for. What I'm going to do at that point, well, I'll tell you about that in a minute. But what I'm going to, at that point, I'll be withdrawing essentially I'll be getting, withdrawing towards profits. Over time, if that $100 goes down to $30, $40, $50, $80, I'm not worried about it. Heck, if it goes all the way down to $10 to $20 because the price of Bitcoin goes down, I'm not worried about it. I mean, you're talking about having a pretty stable passive income at that point, even with a low Bitcoin price of $10 to $20 in Bitcoin. And should Bitcoin shoot back up? Because I'm one of those people that believe the price of Bitcoin's going forward. I mean, next year, the U.S. government's trying to bring out their own cryptocurrency probably. China's already talking about it as well. I think cryptocurrency is just going to become more mainstream over time. That's my personal belief, not investment advice. So I just think that getting in early now while Bitcoin is sub 50,000, I think is going to be huge. So if I can get a passive income stream here of $10, $20 a month in Bitcoin, even if the price drops, I'm okay with that. I know I'm going to get diluted. So again, if it drops down to where I'm only getting $10, $20 a day, I'm totally okay with that. And that's the risk that I'm willing to accept. The other risk, by the way, oh, look, we're back to 112. The other risk, by the way, that we have is, what if this whole thing's a Ponzi scheme? I know that sounds crazy because Betfury has been around for like a year and a half doing solid, but no one knows for certain, like if they have 112 Bitcoin in the div pool. I mean, mathematically, everything looks like they do. They pay out the proper percentages. They've not given anyone any doubts. I'm just saying there's literally no way to absolutely 100% verify it. I did a whole video on what if this is a Ponzi scheme. I'll link that above because it is a real possibility. I mean, out in left field, but you have to, when you're talking about going heavy into something like this, I have to ask that question, and I have to be aware that that is the risk. But weighing the risk, the pros and the cons, I feel like this for me, it's a no-brainer, or it's a risk worth taking. I'll say that. I don't want to say no-brainer. It's a risk worth taking. Getting to the place that I can make $100 per day, because here's the thing, at $100 per day, if Betfury can just maintain their business, Bitcoin goes more mainstream. We start seeing $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 Bitcoin. I'm currently at $100 a day on $13,000 or $10,000 Bitcoin. Well, if it goes to $50,000, now you're just talking about $400 to $500 a day. Even after dilution, you're going to be earning $100, $200, $250 a day. In my opinion, that's the hope, that's the goal. So more people come to the website because crypto goes more mainstream, and this sort of thing is sought after more. It's going to be huge, huge. So I just think that now's the time. Again, the website's been around for 18 months. Oh, and here's the other thing. The mining price of Bitcoin goes up over time. So right now it's 7,700 Satoshi per wager. But then there's the next stage is going to go to 7,800 Satoshi. So it keeps going up over time. And so I want to be able to get in faster, quicker, while I can get in cheaper. And as I continue on this journey, I'll continue to drop some of my nuggets, some of my strategies. This tokenized gaming platform like this is a sort of high risk investment, and at the same time, highly lucrative potential that most people, even in crypto, don't really even know that it exists. And that's the kind of stuff that I will bring you on my channel. Now, what do I plan to do when I get to $100 a day? Well, here's the bottom line. If you want to continue to learn about stuff like this that most people in cryptocurrency or the rest of the mainstream financial world doesn't even talk about, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification icon, because you don't want to miss the content. I put up a lot of content because I want my viewers to be in the know of what's going on out there, so they can go do their own research. This is about creating awareness, and it's about having fun at the same time in a technology that most people do not even fully understand the future potential of what this can do and how it can change our lives. Ladies and gentlemen, I say it all the time, we're on the cusp of a revolution. Truly, we're on the edge, the front line, and most people aren't even here yet. Aren't you glad you're here? Aren't you glad you're watching this? If you haven't done so, smash that like button. So what am I going to do? My goal is when I get to $100 a day, my goal is to do a bit of a 50-50 reinvest at that point. And someone said, well, why don't you start doing a 50-50 reinvest now? I'll show you that really quickly before I tell you what I'm going to do. If I did this right here, 100%, that would give me to 1.2 million. So 50-50 reinvest, a lot of people are like, well, that should get you to 600,000. Well, let's see what it does. That would be right here. 50% reinvest. So you're pulling out 50%, and obviously there's pros and cons to that, right? You're pulling out 50% so you can use that to basically offset some of your risk or whatever. You're reinvesting 50%. But if I started doing that at the 206,000 token point in 1 year, I wouldn't even get to 600. So I go from 500,000 Satoshi versus 1.2 million. That's a substantial difference. That is a substantial difference. So again, it is true. I could do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just go for broke on this thing. I say go for broke. Listen, no, it's not the end of the world. It's not going to literally break me, but I'm just going to go for it, go for 100% reinvest, and just push all in, everything hard, or what I'm willing to put in. I'm definitely going to put in another $2,000. And then when I can, as I can, I'm going to add to this over the coming weeks, coming months, and to be able to the whole goal is just to be able to get to this 1 million number even faster, to get to the 1 million number even faster. By the way, I'm just out of curiosity, what's the minimum I could get away with here? That would still get me into, I'm just trying to figure out what it would take minimum to project out to 1 million tokens. Sorry, I'm just dying to figure out what the exact number is. Holy crap. So about 163,000 probably. 150,000 tokens right now using the mobile mining method should get you really close. You're not going to get exact, but it should get you really close to 150,000. Or I say should get me 150,000. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, so What I plan to do once I get to the $100 a day is I'm going to take that $100 a day, and I'm going to, if you've seen my full passive income strategy, this whole Betfury plan is just a small piece of a bigger puzzle, or a bigger piece of the pie, or a bigger strategy. I have a whole, my passive income investment strategy plan, and this is just part of that. So what I'm going to plan to do at that point is take $50 and move it down towards more of my safer investments, or really more of my business. So I'm going to take $50 and reinvest, continue to mine every day, stay above inflation, continue to grow the earnings. So 50% reinvest, 50 withdraw. Once I get to 1 million tokens, that's the goal. And that 50 withdrawal, I'm just going to use that, to continue to grow my other safe investments, buy Bitcoin, other things like that, as well as, for example, and when the time comes, I'll tell you exactly what I'm going to do. So if you're subscribed and you follow me on this journey throughout 2021, then you'll know exactly what I'm going to do. But for example, I have an entire course, our Crypto Passive Profits course, or Crypto Wealth Freedom Group, whatever you want to call it. I had a couple people give it nicknames. I thought it was awesome. But basically, it's all about building a cryptocurrency-based affiliate marketing business where we're advertising for other products, other services, primarily the CryptoTab browser. We're advertising and we're earning a passive income. That's more of a stable business. And that's a business that has a lot less risk, if you will. And that's something that should be here no matter what for hopefully many, many, many years to come. And that's a business that has quite a few, a lot less risk factors, such as something like Betfury. So it's just taking that little additional income, pulling it off the top, and diversifying. Maybe buying some Bitcoin, doing some advertising for our cryptocurrency-based businesses, stuff like that. That's sort of my goal once I get to 1 million tokens. And that's just, again, this is just one piece of the pie, so to speak. But it's very exciting, and I hope you enjoy watching this type of content. And hopefully you want to follow me on this journey. If you want to follow me on this journey, smash that like button if you want to follow me on this journey. And I really appreciate you being here. Now, here's the thing that you need to understand. I understand this is highly risky, and I'm not recommending that you do this. I will put the link in the description for our Crypto Passive Profits course for Betfury. If you want to subscribe to our free newsletter, all that stuff. But again, any links, assume they're affiliate links, assume you're supporting this channel with Betfury. If you play on Betfury, or if you mine on Betfury, if you invest in Betfury, it's a very small affiliate, but it adds up, and you'd be helping me on this journey, and I greatly appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, I love cryptocurrency. I love all things cryptocurrency, but when you can earn a passive income in an asset that has the potential to go up as much as Bitcoin does, in my opinion, and you have the ability to be able to not only reinvest and compound, but withdraw to the point that you're earning free cryptocurrency every single day, I believe that there are very few investment vehicles that exist on the planet today that are this good as far as passive income is concerned, as far as cryptocurrency is concerned. So follow me on this journey. I appreciate you being here. Remember, crypto equals freedom. This is Crypto Wealth. I'm out.